Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another video with Brooklyn. How are you this fabulous Friday morning? So welcome back to another Freedom Friday video with Brooklyn, okay? So I want to talk about the statue that they have erected in reverence of Donald Trump, okay? The ex-president of the United States. They have erected a gold statue of Trump in China, okay? They made this statue. People are going gaga goo goo over it. They are basically worshiping this statue, okay? So I would say to that it's like a false god. People will do anything. Now, China was the country that Trump initially accused of bringing the coronavirus to America. He accused them of eating bats. He accused them of being bat infested. He's called them all kind of names. He was fighting with their leaders over there, that Kim. Donald Trump was threatening to kill him, blow him up, do all kinds of things. They initially lied and said that the statue was created in Mexico. Okay? Now, for one thing, the report that I read said that they initially said it was made in Mexico, but it soon came out that it was made in China. Now, I have a problem with both of them statements. Because number one, why in the world would anyone even want to erect the statue of Trump? Okay. But then two, they said Mexico did it. Everyone knows Trump hates Mexicans. Everyone knows that. So I thought to myself, well, they said Mexico did it. And the reason why they said Mexico did it and China didn't want anyone to know that they had done it is because they know that Trump accused them of causing us to have the coronavirus, the COVID-19. So they did not want to associate themselves with that statue, but they were the ones who created that statue. They were the ones who built the statue in reverence. So they have a statue in China that they are basically worshiping, not basically, they're worshiping of Trump. After Trump threatened to basically blow them up and kill them. My camera is, my tripod is moving, y'all, because I'm on the bed, so excuse it. I mean, Mexico should have been offended for one, because I know the president of Mexico and Trump does not like each other. They said that the Mexicans had made that statue. I believe they put that on the Mexicans for several reasons, because they know that Trump does not like Mexicans, so that's going to start a controversy. And then number two, they did not want anyone to know how stupid they are. They didn't want nobody to know. They lied. Why would you give credit to another country for your work? So they had a motive behind it. Like I was telling you all one time before, everyone has a motive behind their madness. Everyone has a reason. They lied on Mexico. And the first thing I thought, if Mexico erected this statue, he don't even want Mexicans in the country. So why would you all put a statue up in this man's name? It's gold. And he has on like some Bermuda shorts and some flip-flops on the statue. Like a blazer, a jacket, a man's blazer jacket. And he's gold. They made him, he's gold. Okay? People worship anything. Be careful. Keep your mind free. This is Freedom Friday. Keep your mind free. Don't worship false gods. Because they're exactly that. They're false gods. If we were lucky, we'd spend the next 6 years. They're false gods. Now, the two artists that created the statue, they have fallen apart. They are no longer speaking. And it's because of Trump. They won't tell why and what happened, but it has been speculated that it is because of the almighty Trump in their eyes, that they have fell apart. They are no longer speaking. They are no longer friends because of Donald Trump, but they erected the statue together. But see, people cannot realize, they don't seem to realize that anything that's connected with Trump causes division. That's the spirit that Trump has. Trump has a spirit to divide. Evidently, he doesn't have to be in your presence. Excuse me, I am so sorry. Evidently, he doesn't have to be in your presence to cause division. He has that spirit. Anything that's connected with Trump, it divides, it separates, it segregates. So they erected this statue in China. Now the two artists are not speaking. They're separated because it's a connection with Trump. That's the spirit that he has. He comes to destroy. That's his spirit. People are standing in the airports. I was looking at the video. They were looking at the statue, taking pictures, videotaping it. And they have some fans and some loyal fans. They said that are worshiping the statue. It's ridiculous. This man is not God. He did not give you life. He did not create the heavens and the earth. He cannot put you in heaven. Trump does nothing but cause trouble. How are you worshiping? How are people, and they're worshiping a statue who has no life. The statue can't do anything for you. It can't give you life. It can't put food on your table. Well, probably the people that created it got paid. But I'm saying, it cannot help anyone. If your house catch on fire and the statue is there, the statue going to burn down wherever the statue is being held. If it catches on fire, the statue will burn. If you knock it over, it's going to probably break. It's a little short, fat, dumpy statue with flip-flops on. It's gold. Looked like it had on, it wasn't a clear picture. Looked like it had on red and white and blue shorts, I guess, for the American flag, and this blue blazer, and he was all gold. It was just horrible looking to me. It looked like Trump. It looked horrible, and it's creepy. It's creepy. It's like, who is worshiping this man, this statue? And he accused them of trying to kill off Americans by causing the COVID-19. He has targeted them over and over again with wanting to fight them and blow them up and kill them all. And they erected a statue and lied about it and said it was Mexico. And gave Mexico the credit, which was not really giving them credit. It was going to cause controversy because they know Trump does not like Mexicans. But there are some Mexicans that no matter what you say, they will follow Trump. You can follow who you want to follow. I'm not saying that. You can, vote for who you want to vote for and believe what you want to believe. But when you start worshiping statues, because you can't get to the real man to worship him, so you erect a statue. I see statues of Jesus all the time. And people have crosses. Jesus is not on the cross anymore. Why would you fall before a statue? A statue can't help you do a doggone thing. Not nothing. It has no power. A statue has no power. It's just there. Whatever you made it out of. I think they said they made it out of gold and fiberglass. Fiberglass itches you all over the place. It's horrific. Why would anybody want to worship a statue of anybody? Let alone this man, this disastrous man who has killed millions. It may have been inadvertently and it may have been on purpose because he didn't release information that we as American people needed. He did not release the information for us to be able to be safe. I just don't understand. I don't understand. But they have erected a statue in reverence to Donald Trump. Okay? This man from Queens, New York, who hates everyone except himself. If you don't do what he wants you to do, he turns on you. He was never for you in the first place. And then they erect a statue of this man. They erect a statue. It's crazy. I know that they have erected other statues of Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, people like that that's in a museum that you go to for entertainment. They have statues of George Washington and Abraham Lincoln and Martin Luther King, and you go and you look at it for entertainment, to learn your history and things like that. But you don't bow to Michael Jackson and Elvis. You don't bow to Martin Luther King and Abraham Lincoln and George Washington. That's for entertainment. These people are actually worshiping the un-American statue. I'm going to say un-American statue. That's what the woman said in her article, the un-American statue. Because it's not American. It's from China. They are actually, some people, not all of them, are actually worshiping the statue, bowing, this statue. This is my understanding. This is my understanding. I think it's ridiculous. Who does that? Who worships? It's just beyond me. That's like worshiping another woman. Or I like Janet Jackson, so I bow before her statue. I heard they made one of Beyonce. They had a church after Beyonce, a Beyonce Bible. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Beyonce is a regular girl that just has some talent. She is not a god. But I heard that people have a church after her in Atlanta, not Atlantic City, Atlanta, Georgia. And they have a Bible called the Babel, or the Bible, something like that. Babel, B-E-Y, Babel. And they pray to Beyonce. Who does that? She's a human being like everyone else. When Jesus Christ walked the earth, they did not fall to people did, but they did not worship Jesus Christ. He prayed to God himself. They did not fall on their knees and worship, and he was a man. They prayed to God. He prayed to God. He prayed, "Our Father who art in heaven." Jesus prayed to God. He was a human being. That's who he prayed to. Why on earth would any man bow to another man that's capable of dying just like you, who's capable of catching diseases just like you, committing adultery, committing murder, robbing banks? Everyone is capable of committing sin. So why would you worship someone who's just like you? They just may be in a different situation. They may be in power where you're not in that kind of position. That does not make them lord over you. Trump is a man. He was a lousy president. And according to his wife behavior, he's a lousy husband. Just ask all his ex-wives. His children didn't speak to him for years because he was a lousy father. And he's definitely a lousy friend. Ask Pence. But you're going to bow to him? A statue that has no life? No blood no blood pulsing through your veins? No heart beating in the chest? No brain to think with? No eyes to see? No mouth to hear, to talk to you? No ears to hear?
Agent Kramer, how are you?
I don't understand. I don't understand. People have issues, and you better get yourself together because you're going to have to answer. You have a consequence for everything. God says, have no other God before me. No other God, because they are false gods. That's a false God.
Would you like me to talk to him?
When did Trump become God? I'm not understanding. When did that happen? When did that happen? I'm not understanding. I'm just not understanding that. I'm not. I don't understand. When did he become God? When? What has he done to prove himself to be a God to people? What has he done? Gave out a couple of stimulus checks? He gave out a couple of stimulus checks. Kids locked in cages. Tell me, kids locked in cages. People are evicted on the streets because this man failed to tell everyone about the COVID-19 back in 2019 when it came. People are living on the streets. They don't have their children. They're dying every day still. What? I'm not understanding. Even the shot is killing people. So he can't give you life, but he can cause your death because he has. I'm not understanding. People, keep your mind free. Don't be letting nobody talk you into worshiping a false god. You don't worship something that has no life in it. I don't care if it's a statue of Jesus Christ himself. It's a statue. If you push it over, it's going to break. It has no power in that statue. It has no power in the statue with Buddha. It has no power in the statue of Medusa or whatever you worship. It's glass. It's idol. It's gold. Has no breath. You have more power. You yourself have more power than a statue. You have more power than a statue. A statue can do nothing for you. I don't care who it's erected after. I don't care who it's supposed to be in reverence to. I don't care. It does not do anything for you. You are praying to a wall. Just get on your knees in front of a wall and just talk to the wall. Talk to the light switch, to the doorknob. Because that's exactly, your prayers to that statue is going no further than that statue. No one hears it. No one's listening. No one cares. It's dead. It's dead. I'm sorry. You may not like it. You may not agree to it. You may not worship God, the same God I worship that created the heavens and earth. You may have another God you worship. But this is what I'm saying. Anything that's in a statue that you bow before, that cannot move, cannot walk, cannot say a word to you, is false.
There's nothing to commemorate anywhere.
That's like praying to your car.
So this should be the center of your home, but look at your furniture. Sure, they may be old.
It can't do nothing for you if you don't crank up the car key, the ignition, and go.
You have 2 chairs at your
And a car has more power than a statue because it can't move. It can't take gas. It does. It generates. A statue does nothing but sit there. It does nothing but sit there. It can't even see you. It's not even looking at you. It's just there. It don't even know it's there.
Why do you need to know all this?
If the statue starts talking to you, then you need to go to the doctor because you got some issues. You schizophrenic or bipolar, something wrong with you. If it starts talking to you and answering you, you need to go to the mental health department and get some help and talk to somebody because the statue shouldn't be answering you and talking to you. So if it starts talking to you and answering you back, you need to go get some help because that's not right. You're hearing voices and the devil done slipped in there and you schizo. Bottom line. Because you should not be hearing no statue answering your questions and talking to you. And I'm not being funny. It's the truth. I just don't understand it. But anyway, with that being said, I'm going to say Vielen Dank. That's thank you very much in German. So Vielen Dank if you're watching me. And choose, that's what? That's bye in German. You all have a fantastic Friday. And excuse my tongue. It was jumping all over the place. But you all get the gist of it. Don't worship false idols.